Yesterday marked the 100th day of President Trump being in office again, and judging by the look on Richard Maddow's face over on MSNBC, the Democrats are at least slowly progressing through the stages of grief. First, denial, then anger, then bargaining. They're overwhelmed and they're trying to figure out what's going on. And now they are in the depression stage. And like anyone who's suffering from depression, they can't see the good in the world. The glass is always half empty.
So it's all bad for Trump.
It's all bad.
In terms of the public just soundly rejecting everything he's doing, even the stuff that he says just for political effect, it's having the opposite political effect that he intends.
I'm sorry, but the public consists of far more diverse opinions and people than MSNBC's audience.
I don't know that we have ever seen another first 100 days from any president this roundly rejected and hated by the American people.
By the Marxist Democrats and the Operation Mockingbird assets. You mean, well, who cares?
On the day we've got on the front page of the New York Times, voters sour on Trump. Americans think Trump is overreaching in his use of power. On the day, that is the news on Donald Trump. What does Trump do? He arrests a judge. He arrests a judge.
But I thought no one is above the law. And thankfully, we got this nice photo of her arrest, which hopefully President Trump will frame and hang in the White House. What say you, Hakeem Jeffries?
And that's why the American people have said, inside of 100 days, enough.
Enough of arresting and deporting criminals. We want the lawless days of the Biden administration back.
This is a disaster. It's an unmitigated disaster. This guy has the lowest approval rating of any president in modern American history inside of 100 days.
We don't care. Just like a dog doesn't like going to the vet, but it's for its own good, and its human owner knows better and has to put the dog through a little bit of pain in order for some long-term gains so it doesn't get sick and so that it remains healthy. The economy is going to have to go through a little bit of pain. Otherwise, it's going to be a complete disaster in the long run. Not to mention, most polls are garbage. This from NPR. More give Trump an F than any other grade for the first 100 days. Yeah, not just, a B or C doing average, an F. He's just totally failed.
We've accomplished more in 3 months than most administrations accomplished in 4 years or even 8 years. And we're just getting started. Believe me, we're just getting started.
Of course, things would be much better if the Democrats weren't engaging in lawfare, suing, trying to stop and reverse virtually every executive order that President Trump signs into law. And I'm sure that they won't be happy about this new one either.
Will be a order directing the Department of Transportation to include English literacy tests for our truckers. This is a big problem in the trucking community that, unless you're in that community, you might not know.
It's a big problem throughout the entire country. We have millions and millions of people here who don't even speak our language.
But there's a lot of communication problems between truckers on the road, with federal officials and local officials as well, which obviously is a public safety risk. So we're going to ensure that our truckers, who are the backbone of our economy, are all able to speak English. That's a very common sense policy in the United States of America. So the president will be signing that later this afternoon.
How is this not already a standard ever since trucks were created? And why are we allowing foreigners to take such prestigious jobs? Trucking is a fantastic industry, a fantastic job. I thought the immigrants were coming here to work jobs that, quote, Americans don't want to work. And after 4 years of the Biden-Harris administration welcoming countless millions of illegal aliens into our country and then using our tax dollars to put them up in fancy hotels and pay for their anchor babies to be born and raised and housed and put in school and health insurance, et cetera, now the Trump administration is now continuing to build the rest of the border wall. 85 miles of border wall now under construction. And speaking of people who we should have never let into this country, introducing Democrat Congressman Shri Thanar from Michigan.
This is Congressman Shri Thanar. Donald Trump has already done real damage to our democracy, but defying a unanimous 9-0 Supreme Court ruling?
By the way, this really is a member of Congress. This isn't a skit.
That has to be the final straw. It's time we impeach Donald J. Trump. The court said the wrongfully deported Kilmer Garcia must be allowed to return and receive due process.
We have to bring back the criminal illegal aliens who we deported. I'm sorry, Apu, but Joe Biden set the precedent that the president can just ignore court rulings if he wants.
Supreme Court blocked me from relieving student debt, but they didn't stop me.
And that was a prepared remark, by the way. That wasn't just old Joe accidentally spilling the beans about what the Democrat agenda was. They were so bold in their lawlessness that they openly bragged about it. So everyone is wondering, who is this Congressman Shri Thanar? And the answer is, it doesn't matter because we'll never see him or hear from him again. But while he was making his little video about trying to impeach President Trump, again, he is a congressman from Michigan. I don't know what's going on in that area, that district of Michigan, but they did elect this guy. But while he was spewing that nonsense, the governor of Michigan, a Democrat, Gretchen Whitmer, was joining President Trump on stage and thanking him for saving a National Guard base that was going to be decommissioned. And here he is, reaching across the aisle, as they say, giving credit where credit is due, thanking the governor for bringing this issue to his attention.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer for bringing it also to our attention very strongly.
How's that for bipartisanship?
And, I'm not supposed to do that. She's a Democrat. They say, don't do that. Don't have her here. I said, no, she's going to be here. She's done a very good job, frankly, and she was very much involved with the Republicans. They worked together on saving it, and it was not easy.
I mean, what's next? Is he going to bring her on stage and put her on the spot so that she has to thank him publicly for helping keep the base open? Oh, wait, what's this? There you go.
Well, I hadn't planned to speak, but on behalf of all the military men and women who serve our country and serve so honorably on behalf of the state of Michigan, I am really damn happy we're here to celebrate this recapitalization at Selfridge. It's crucial for the Michigan economy. It's crucial for the men and women here, for our homeland security and our future. So thank you. I'm so grateful that this announcement was made today, and I appreciate all the work. Thank you.
Wow! Yeah! Look at that. Meanwhile, this is what her colleagues in Congress were up to, sitting on the steps outside of the Capitol protesting this president. There's Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker, along with whoever this clown is.
You must build this world from love.
And you must build this world from love.
Yada-die, die-die, yada-die, die.
Okay, that's enough out of you. Time for some t-shirt plugs. Or actually, I'll switch it up a little bit and make it a tank top plug because summer's just around the corner, and so all of my designs are now available in a tank top. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and click the tanks tab over on the main site and check them out.